Here is the deal. We are going to continue with verbs in the past. You notice I have a few pages because the point of today is to understand the difference between present and past tense verbs. And again, spoiler alert, the biggest clue is looking for that ed, which appears in most past tense verbs. But again, we really want to decipher the difference here. If you notice, you see an ed in both of these verbs we've been seeing for the last couple of weeks. That shows that it happens in the past, okay? I'm hoping that people understand what past, present, and future means. But that's what it means about tense. Some people just say past time, present time, future time. I understand that. It's kind of basically what you're saying is the time that it happened. So if it's present, that means the action is happening now. Okay? I am talking to you on this video. It's happening right now. Past means it has already happened. And notice this ed right here shows you that it is past, right? Again, yesterday I played baseball. Last week I watched a movie, so on and so forth. And future shows that it will happen in the future, and it generally has, or I should say always has, this word will, that again we'll get into a little bit next week. But we really want to focus on present and past right now and how you tell the difference. These are all present tense verbs. If you remember, we went through this all last week, but if you notice here again, find the subject, whoever did something, the sun. What does the sun do? It rises. It rises. That's present tense, happening now, or happens every day. She likes strawberries. Whoever did something, she. What she do? She likes. She likes. For habitual actions, okay? So I always go. What do? I go. Okay, that's all present tense verbs. Notice you don't see a single ed. That's going to be the biggest clue to figuring out past tense verbs. Please take a peek here. You can see that it ends with ed. Now this is the first rule that we talked about yesterday. The base form simply means, or the base verb, walk, play. To make it past tense, in a lot of cases, you just add ed. Okay? That's what we focused on yesterday. But there are a few more spelling words, spelling rules. Okay? If the base verb already ends in e, like or move, then you just add the d, because it already has e, right? Still ends in ed, but you don't want to add a second e. It doesn't look right. We did talk about this briefly too. If it ends in a consonant ny, like carry or study, change the y to I and add ed. Change the y to I and add ed. And there's some of them that you have to actually double the last letter, like plan and stopped. You actually double the n and add ed, or double the p here and add ed. Because if you don't, if it would just be one n, or just add ed here and ed here, it would be planed and stoped. See the long vowel sound? Well, when you double it and add ed, it actually changes to a short vowel sound, like planned, which is exactly what it should be, and stopped, which is exactly what it should be. You really need to focus on the charts. That's going to help you the best. So again, pages 104 and 105 are going to help you greatly. And then these charts. I mean, take a look at the past. It always ends in ed. Always, always, always. So, here's section A, numbers 1 through 7. Please notice they're very different directions. In section A, it's trying to tell, can you tell the difference between a present tense verb and a past tense verb just by seeing the verb? Look at the endings, please. You simply look at the verb. If it's in the present tense, write present. If it's in the past tense, write past. Again, look at the chart. Notice the ending in all the past tense verbs. You've got to be able to tell the difference between present and past tense. Look at the endings. Now on bottom, we're all dealing with past tense. Okay? It wants you to take this present tense verb and make it past tense. Again, in this case, you add ed, or if it already ends in e, you just add d. And notice these that end in y. If it has a vowel and y, then you just add ed. Okay? So, to put the correct past tense spelling verb in here, I should see all eds here on the end of these present tense verbs. And hey, that's your assignment for this Wednesday. Lord's blessings to you, to praise your Savior.